Okay. Do you ever wonder, like, why are things happening when you think, oh my gosh, Mercury's not in retrograde, but weird shit's happening anyway, whatever. Um, so overjoyed with it. Seriously. About done with Facebook. I will be honest with you, but I'm not gonna dwell on that tonight. That's not what we're here for. I know I've been like done with Facebook. Blue moon. I've been talking a blue moon to y'all about this stuff with Facebook. However, how y'all doing? So let me tell you what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about some toxic positivity, and I'm going to finish putting my makeup on because you know what? I'm tapped out. So this is where we are. This is not a makeup channel. I don't want to hear any comments about like what I'm doing to my face, but I will tell you a little secret here. Hey Kelsey, how you doing? I will tell you a little secret here. Okay. So I ordered some new eyelashes. I ordered the same company I always do, right? Well, I thought it was the same company. And okay. So I can't see comments, so I got to do it from my phone on Facebook. Anyway, so ordered my eyelashes from what I thought was the same company. Ordered the same size that I've been ordering for just like, months, right? I get these caterpillars. All right, what the hell is this? Now, I didn't know they were this bad until I put them on, and I was just like, oh my gosh, what happened? I had to cut. These are eyelashes that have been cut. I put them on, and I was like, holy shit. It was like it was almost up to my eyebrows. Same size. It's supposed to be the same size, but it's not the same size. What happened? I mean, seriously, this is a caterpillar, and I did a hatchet job on this side over here, but I mean, what am I supposed to do here? This is ugly. This is bad. So, anyway, we're going to get into this. So, after I looked at my eyelashes and I was just like, like scaring myself with caterpillars on my eyelids. What is that? What is that? Seriously. So anyway, I digress, right? I want to tell you that I really would like to just transition into streaming to YouTube. Okay? I know we got some people that are like diehards on Facebook, and I get it. I'm with you. I see you in there. I don't know who you are, but I see you in there. But and I do appreciate the Facebook crew. I do. But y'all, I'm having a real hard time with getting connected to Facebook. It's not always real generous with me. It's a hard time. And well, I'm struggling. So, what are you going to do? I'm 53 years old. I didn't study this stuff in college. I went to college for biology. Did anybody in my like biochemistry class or my anatomy and physiology class teach me this stuff? No, they did not. So I don't know what I'm doing with a lot of this like technology. Okay. So I digress again, but here we are. We're going to talk about toxic positivity, and I feel like this is the perfect intro because, I've had sort of a weird day. Let's call it weird. With the eyelash situation. I mean, really, I just keep looking up and going, again, like, what is this on my eyes? And I cut these with scissors. It's going to be bad because I ordered an entire pack. I mean, an entire pack. Boy, that was a mistake. It's all right. It's all right. I got to figure out what I ordered wrong. What did I do wrong? I mean, Kelsey, come on. I see the laughing emoji. I see you there. So I want to talk about I want to talk about the differences between toxic positivity and just having a sunny disposition. Okay. The what started this? Okay. To be honest with you, this happens from time to time where I have a whole different idea about what I want to do on a Tuesday. So as soon as I get off of here, no, I can't return them because I just used 6 of them. 6? I used 8 of them. I mean, I know you can't see Mouse. He just walked through here, but yeah, he's even horrified. So, I just used 8 of them. So, Kelsey, there we have it. So as happens many times, as soon as I get off of my Tuesday lives, I sort of have a little mini brainstorm, and I write in my notebook. I have several notebooks actually that say Metaphysical Practices. This is the most recent one I've completed. This is the one that I am currently working out of. Oh, and losing shit. So see, I have a lot of notebooks that say Metaphysical Practices. So tonight, I was going to talk about something else. Because, I brainstormed last week and I thought this would be a good topic. This would be a good topic. And I started thinking about it through the week, whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, this is where I want to go with this, right? And then Spirit sends me something that is just like, oh, this is what you need to talk about. So I start thinking, let's regroup. So I had conversations and I thought it was just one, I thought it was just like a one-off, all right? And then I realized in the last 8 days, I have talked to several people that have had the same issue with trying to stay positive through some really shitty situations, through some really tough times. And I don't blame them for wanting to stay positive. I don't blame them for wanting to keep their head up and just be like, okay, we can get through this. We can do this. I don't blame them for that. I don't. What I blame, and forgive me for going after my own industry, okay? What I blame is some of these holier than thou gurus, okay, myself included. Carol DeForest, well, god dang, lady, I hadn't seen you in a month of Sundays. What I blame, and I will say myself included, and let me tell you why some people do this, okay? There is some kind of thing with the metaphysical or the spiritual community to just stay positive. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's freaking thousands and thousands and thousands of memes out there. God dang, Mouse. Could you lose any more hair? I mean, can I make a whole cat with the hair that you lose in my stuff? Dude, it's getting cold outside. You need to start holding on to that hair. Sorry, I digress again. So, there are so many thousands and thousands and thousands of memes out there that are just like, stay positive, you're growing, oh my gosh, you're a seed that's been planted. I say these things too, okay? You're a seed that's been planted, it's dark right now, it's going to be tough, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I actually say those words to people when I think that they need to hear them. However, it's not always like that. It's not. Sometimes stuff just sucks. Hello, Renee. Sometimes stuff just sucks. It does. And there's no getting around that. There isn't. So what you need to do, and again, I've talked to several people in the last 8 days. Mercury, baby. Okay. So I've talked to several people that have had issues with other people sending them memes of like that they think they're being supportive. They think they're like sending their friends that are in a situation positive memes. They think, oh, I'm telling them to stay positive. I'm doing the best thing. No, you know what? Sometimes you just need to grab a bottle of tequila and go over there and make some margaritas with all that lemon that they're being served up. You know, it's not time to make lemonade. It's time to make a margarita. I am being facetious, obviously. You know, I'm not encouraging alcoholics to pack it up and start drinking again. I'm just telling you that sometimes we need to feel the feelings that we're feeling. And sometimes you need to commiserate with somebody. And I do feel like that sometimes I wish that, you know, one of my friends would show up with not a carton, but like a truckload of Ben and Jerry's, maybe some Entenmann's donuts on the side, and let's just hash it out. Let's just get down and dirty. I love some margaritas, but that is my vice right there. Sugar. Okay? I think I have the figure to like show for that. But the thing is, it is about sometimes you just need to get in and you need to feel those feelings. You need to feel the grief. You need to feel the anger. You need to feel the frustration. You need to feel all of that and just be like, you know what? I've had enough. I've had enough. Like, I'm sick of every time I turn around, there's a bill in the mailbox. I'm sick of my business being hit left, right, and center. I'm sick of my ex or current partner doing XYZ. I'm tired of my family members treating me like whatever. Their housekeeper, babysitter, or ATM. Whatever it is. Sometimes you just need to feel it. Sometimes you just need to embrace those feelings and you just need to be like, okay, this is where I am today. God dang it. I am sick of it, right? And that's okay. That is a human emotion. That is natural. That is a natural human emotion. It's natural to feel sadness. It is natural to feel upset, angry, whatever. It's a natural thing. It's not natural to camp out there for an extended period of time. This is where we just go, I'm digging this hole, I'm getting in it, and I'm getting in it real good. I'm going to sit in this anger, I'm going to sit in this frustration, I'm going to sit in this grief, sadness, pissed off, like whatever, agitation, sometimes depression. And again, I'm telling you guys, and I've said this before, like over the past couple of years, well, I didn't realize it until last year. When I was talking to my husband and I was telling him how I had been feeling, Mercury, I love you a lot, but baby, come on. I was telling him how I was feeling and he was like, you're depressed. You've been depressed. And I was like, what are you talking about? No, like I'm happy. And he's like, okay, but I've been treated for depression for years, for most of my life. I've been treated for depression and anxiety. And he's like, I'm telling you, this is what I see. I'm not a doctor. I just know how that feels. And when I stepped back, I realized I had been pressuring myself to feel okay in a depression. I was depressed. I was sad. I was so angry and so frustrated. And I let it affect me. It affected me so bad, it triggered hives all over my body. Not once, twice. Yeah. And then that led me to an autoimmune disorder. We're not getting into that. That's like this worse than the eyelashes. We're not getting into all that mess. This is the thing. If I had just sat down and I had said, I'm upset, I'm mad, I'm sad, I'm frustrated, I can't move past this anymore. If I had stopped and done that, it probably wouldn't have lasted for 2 years. it probably wouldn't have snowballed into the point where I had to take a 5-month break from my channel, which on YouTube is like cancer. So the thing is, I think that it's important for us to sit down, for us to feel those feelings, to dig ourselves into that hole, and then just say, okay, all right, set a time limit, put a timer on it, put a date on the calendar. I got calendars all on this wall. Sorry, I'm pointing at them and y'all can't see them. But put a date on the calendar and say, this is when I start to say, I'm moving in this direction. I'm going to find a way to climb out of this hole. I'm going to find a way around this that I've been dealing with. I'm going to do this. Is that going to be easy? Hell no, absolutely not. And there's going to be days that you want to run back into that hole and be like, yeah, I was more comfortable there. That's okay too. The thing is, it's about going back and forth. It's about spending that time with yourself and feeling those emotions. Now, I want to tell you some of the stuff that came up when I was doing a reading with one of my clients. And I'm not going to tell you who she is. She's really awesome. And, you know, a lot of times, like, she'll sit in the chat or she'll jump in later on. But anyway, she's really awesome. And she just called and she was like, you know what? I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this. I can't find the positivity. I'm angry. I'm upset. I feel like a failure. I cannot make things happen. What is wrong with me? Nothing. And she was just like, if one more person who is well-meaning, sends me a meme that's telling me how to overcome this that I'm feeling, I just want to lash out. Girl, I get it. So that's when you don't have to shut down. You just, send an emoji back to them, like thanks, heart, whatever, and just move on. You camp out with your emotions for that day. Mercury, I'm telling you right now, if you push my stuff off of my desk one more time, we're going to go round and round. Okay? Now, baby, I love you, but we can't do this. So, you have to have that time. You have to have that time with all of the lower vibrational emotions. Because if you don't, how do you know how the higher vibrational emotions feel? Yep. Okay, so I do love this. Now, you can tell my books are used, well loved. I mean, I use the crap out of it. I bought this new, by the way. And this, I believe, is my 3rd or 4th copy. I use the crap out of these books. This is a great book. It is fantastic. But sometimes people take this and they go, oh my gosh, you have to stay happiness all the time. You've got to find a way up. You can't stay in the lower vibrational energies all the time. No, that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, and this is what I said, is that, God dang it, Mercury. Okay. The point is, do you guys see that? Do you see the list? If you buy this book, it is on page 114. Okay. This is the list of emotions. Joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, and appreciation are number 1. Down at the bottom is fear, grief, depression, despair, and powerlessness. This is what I told my client. Some days I wake up and I feel joyful. Some days I wake up and I'm like, girl, I am in it. I talk to myself in the mirror all the time. Okay. Hey, Suzanne, how are you? I jump in, I look in the mirror and I go, yeah, I'm in it. Love it. Love it. I'm here for it. Joyful, joyful, joyful. And halfway through the day, I may be down at grief and despair. I don't know. Maybe I wake up and I'm midway through that little chart. I'm midway through and I'm just like, ooh, we feeling okay. A little pessimistic today. A little pessimistic. And then, you know, I end the day maybe with enthusiasm. Not all the way up at the top, but I'm hitting some high points, right? The next day I may wake up feeling discouraged. That's number 16 out of 22. So that's on the lower end. And then again, by noon, I may feel passion again. Up and down the scale all day long. The important thing is to not camp out in the worst feelings. But if you have a day of feeling despair and fear or frustration or upset or depression, or a week or even a month, that's okay. That's okay. What you're doing is you're exploring that feeling, you're dealing with it, and then you need to find a way out. Can I help you? You need to find a way out. You need to find a way up and over that hurdle. Now, again, I want to just say that's not easy. It's not. I truly don't know what created. I know why I was depressed. I know I was trying to put on a brave face, and I was trying real hard. I was just like, oh yeah, everything's fine. Everything's great. I was pushing that narrative out there. I mean, hard, okay? Because I felt so unheard, and I felt so I just felt there was so much blame coming my way over things that some of it I didn't even do. I mean, I was in a weird partnership, and one person thought that I was saying and doing stuff. And the funny thing is the person that was saying and doing those stuff was the person that she was complaining about too. She was complaining to that person about me, thinking it was me. And I'm like, I didn't find this out until way later, by the way. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're still friends. They're still friends. And she still doesn't know that she was talking to the one that was pushing the narrative that she was complaining about. She doesn't realize that to this day. I'm not going to say anything because that ship has sailed. But I felt so bad. And it just made me feel like, oh my gosh, I keep getting blamed for stuff that I didn't do. I keep catching this. I keep like bogging down with that. Well, the more that I thought about it, the more I was like starting to attract it, right? Because that's what happens with law of attraction. But when I sat back, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out, Mercury keeps moving all of my stuff. Mercury, please, not the computer. But the thing is, if I had just stopped and been like, okay, I don't like this feeling. I don't like feeling like, you know, there's an injustice. I don't like feeling like that. If I had just sat down and felt that and realized there was nothing I could do about it and just dealt with it and then pulled myself up from there, I wouldn't have gotten as depressed as I did. Instead, I chose toxic positivity. And what I did was I started, I don't know, like 1,400 projects. And I'm not kidding. I started so many projects. I started so many things. I was like, yep, I can do that. I can do it all. I can do everything. I am so capable. I'm so empowered. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Why? Why? Because there are thousands of me's out there, thousands of these spiritual and metaphysical gurus that are saying the same thing. They're saying, just stay positive, just get yourself in there, you can do it, you can do it. That's not the answer. It's not the answer. I needed to feel that grief. I needed to feel that frustration. I need a cat to not be pushing all of my stuff. Baby, I've been down here most of the day and you hadn't done this stuff until I get on a live. Can you believe this? I mean, I know y'all can't see her, but can you see the stuff that she's moving around? Like my cameras, like the lights. Girl, come on, come on. Y'all, I mean, seriously, this is crazy. But the thing is, I did pull myself up. Part of the reason why I was able to do that is because of a little bit of accountability, of me showing up here on Tuesday nights. It wasn't every Tuesday night, but you know, life happens, right? That year was so hard for me, but I showed up at least here on Tuesdays. I did some things. I showed up for my clients. I started taking some classes, like how can I become a counselor? What can I do to be, how can I offer this to my clients? What can I do to help them not be where I am right now? Those kind of things. So it did push me into a different direction. But the thing is, I want you to know, and this is what came through in this young lady's reading, and honestly, part of this is what she said to me. There has to be a space for real human emotions without completely derailing your positive manifestations. Do you think me being depressed, I'm 53, do you think me being depressed for a couple of years and not acknowledging it and having that toxic positivity, do you think it derailed every single positive thing that I have ever put out there, all of my manifestations? No, it did not. And this is a perfect example that it did not. Because I still have my business. I still have a company. In fact, I have 3 LLCs, and incorporating another. So the thing is, it's not about derailing your positive, like the things that you really want to create, the things that you've been trying to manifest, the things that you've been trying to attract. It's not derailing that. It's not. And having those real, genuine human emotions is not going to set you back, like completely off your path. Now, camping out in it, if I was still depressed and I had never acknowledged it and I had never dealt with it, that would be a problem. It would be a problem. And the thing is, I still have a lot of making up to do. There's a lot of people out there that are disappointed, that have just like, God dang it. That have just like, that are disappointed with me, that I wasn't able to step up to the plate. I wasn't a very good friend. I wasn't a very good partner. I don't feel like I was the best mom during that time. Dr. Seuss says otherwise, but who knows? I just was punishing myself, and I'm still punishing myself now for things that I couldn't do when I crashed from the toxic positivity. So I want to give you some homework, let's say. I want to give you a way to fix this and not stay in the negative space, but to feel the feelings and say, okay, I can. Really, Mouse? Come on. What's going on with y'all? I'm not kidding. Tuesdays are pretty flexible days for me, and I don't take a lot of appointments on Tuesday. But today I've taken a lot of appointments because there's been some, emergencies, some issues. And these cats have laid around like third base all day. And I get on a live, and this is what they do. I mean, they're all in my stuff. Anyway, Mouse just walked through here and moved the camera again. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we have some exercises, all right? This is not the only exercises. This is not even the end all be all. This is just to help you deal with that negativity, deal with that stuff that's coming in, and heal. And like get over the hump, heal from it. Okay? Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is one of the things that we can do is bullet point our issues. Okay? We're going to bullet point our sadness, our frustration, our crappy feelings, our issues, whatever is bothering us. And I'm talking about everything. That bitch that cut you off in traffic, that heifer that took your parking place at Walmart, when you've been circling for a while and you had your eye on that parking place, but that heifer in the Kia pulled in and took your parking place before you could get to it. You know who I'm talking about. That's okay. That's okay. Write it down. Write it down. Kroger was out of your favorite whatever. Your favorite cheese. Oh my gosh, I do love cheese. And let me tell you, Lidl, if y'all have a Lidl in your area, best cheese ever. Anyway, I digress again. Whatever is bothering you, whatever it is, your washing machine on the fritz, you got to go to the laundromat. I got it. I understand that. You know, your kid's not picking up their toys after you ask them 18,000 times. I'm here for that. What we need to do is sit down with it. Even if it's bigger stuff, you know, that you're having to borrow money to keep your business afloat. You know, you're depending on a grant from the federal government, and the federal government is shut down right now and you're not getting your grant money and you don't know how you're going to make payroll. I'm throwing out everything here, okay? Big and small. You have a huge health crisis? Don't know how you're going to pay your medical bills? Write it down. You're angry because of something that your partner or your ex-partner is doing with like a divorce or in your marriage or whatever. Write it down. You're experiencing like uncertainty with your housing, with food. If it's serious, write it down. Even if it's not serious, write it down. Okay? We're going to bullet point all of those things. Go through it. Sadness, frustration. Did you lose somebody close to you? Put it down. I want you to just get it out. Sometimes you have to lance the wound. Okay? Once we do that, we've got it all out. I don't want you to like check mark them off and say, okay, I'm overcoming this, I'm overcoming that. Nope, that's not what we're going to do. That is not what we're going to do. Because there is space for all human emotions. There is space for real human emotions without completely erasing every good manifestation that you have done. So we're going to think about it. And I don't care if you think about it for an hour, a week, or a day. We're going to think about those things. We're going to look at them and think about them. Maybe you get up and vacuum while you're thinking about them. Maybe you clean your bathroom while you're thinking about them. Do your laundry. Wash your hair. Trim your eyelashes. I'm joking. But yeah, do whatever it is that you need to do. Just a little thing. Wash your dishes. Cook dinner. Think about those things while you're doing it. Okay? Now, I want you to, after you think about it, again, for however time, think about it while you're exercising. I want you to come back to that list. Now we're going to compartmentalize it. Okay? Because this is what the young lady that I'm referring to that really was the catalyst for this. She was the last of several people in 8 days that I had that had this issue. What you need to do now is compartmentalize. And the illustration that they gave me is that like you're going on a journey. Okay? You're going on a journey and you have to pack a suitcase and a carry-on. All right? Some of the things you're going to need right away. Some of the things you're going to need on your journey, on the plane, in the car, whatever. You're going to need them at hand right away. Maybe like a book or a tablet or your makeup that I put mine over here. You're going to need those right away. So you need to have them on the surface or in your carry-on. Some things you may not need right away, like a ball gown or a cocktail dress. I know, it's just my idea. So you may not need that right away. So you put it down lower in the suitcase. Maybe on the bottom. It's the first thing you pack, right? If on this journey, the first thing on your itinerary is going hiking, you're not going to need that ball gown for a minute. You're going to need your exercise clothes. You're going to need your hiking shoes, your hiking boots, right? So think about how you need to compartmentalize those things. What do you need to address first? What do you need first? And when you compartmentalize, like all of the bullet points, all the issues, the sadness, the frustration, the grief, the crappy feelings in general, when you compartmentalize them, I want you to start looking at what do you need to do first? What are you going to use first? Do you need to address something with your family, with your bills, with your bills, with your family, with your job? What is it that you need to address first? What is the first thing that you're going to be doing on this journey? What's the last thing? You know, if you only see your family twice a year, some of us do, some of us don't. But if you only see your family twice a year, why don't you put that in the ball gown category and pack it away for a minute? Just a minute. We're going to get to it, okay? Because that's what happens. You get to it on the journey because you're carrying all this baggage. You need to get to it. But we're going to get to it. We just need to put it away for right now and deal with the stuff that's in our carry-on. We need to deal with the stuff that's packed on the surface, the things that we're dealing, the first things on the itinerary. So what are you dealing with day to day? What's something that you can handle? What's something that you can deal with? And what is something that you're never going to get closure on? That heifer that took your parking place at Walmart, you're not going to get closure on that. Karma's going to bite her in the ass, but you won't be there to see it. You just have to have blind faith that it's going to come around. It is, because what comes around goes around. And I'm going to tell you that from a real place here. Okay? I have been there. I've not always witnessed. I've not always had a front row seat. But I do know it's happened. And the thing is, it's also happened back to me. And because that's what I was going to talk about today is the unhealed empath versus a narcissist, because those two things are not the same, but people mix them up all the time. But we're not going to talk about that this week. We're going to talk about that next week, probably, unless something else comes up. But what I really want you guys to see and what I want you to focus on is your list. Your list, your bullet point. This is not exactly a journal entry, but you can put it in your journal if you want. You can type it up on the computer or write it on a chalkboard. But we need to compartmentalize and we need to see what we need to address first and what we can take care of and what we can't. Okay? So you break it up however you need to. You can break it up in, I can take care of this and I can't take care of this. I can get closure, I can't get closure. This is something like that's urgent. This is something that I need to pack away. All right? Because this is something that, again, real human emotion. There's absolutely space for that. And I hate it. I hate it when people out there throw around the words, I'm holding space for them. I'm holding space for them. And then they judge the shit out of them. That's not holding space for somebody. That is not holding space for somebody. Holding space for somebody is saying, I'm going to let you feel those feelings. I'm going to let you feel the grief. I'm going to let you feel the frustration. I'm going to let you feel the anger. I'm going to let you feel that. That's holding space for them. And sitting back and letting them feel their feelings and then just being like, checking in maybe and saying, you okay in there? You all right? Is there anything I can do? Okay. Because I got Haagen-Dazs or I got a positive meme. Which one do you need? I know. Tequila or a happy little antidote. Antidote? Antidote? I guess it would be an antidote for sadness. I don't know. But the thing is, we can't be positive all the time. Nature isn't positive all the time. Animals grieve. There are many animals out there that grieve. There are studies that show how chimpanzees, how gorillas, how elephants, they grieve. Dogs grieve. I've seen it. They grieve. But they don't stay in it. The people around them try and help them and just go, okay, let me introduce them to something else. Let me help them. But they grieve. They grieve. Elephants actually celebrate like pack members that have passed. And they'll revisit those sites, where they lost a member, where somebody passed away. They'll revisit those sites. It's fascinating. It is. But I want you guys to see that toxic positivity does not have to rule you. All of these people out there that are throwing around these memes, I feel like they feel like they're doing the right thing. They feel like they're sharing light. But I don't sign off my emails anymore, and I haven't for about 7 years. I don't sign off my emails with love and light. I sign off my emails with love and harmony, or blessings and harmony. Harmony is the balance between the light and the dark. Harmony is the balance between joy and sadness. It's a balance. We cannot always be one thing 100% of the time. We can't. And I think having that balance is so, so important. When you compartmentalize like your bullet points, when you compartmentalize them, start working the list. You don't have to do all of it at one time. Don't be an overachiever because you will stress yourself out. Don't do it. Okay? Do the best that you can. Do the absolute best that you can. And just keep plugging along. Because it takes some time for you to elevate out of this. And sometimes again, you'll be here one day, and by the end of the day, you may be here. And eventually you'll be here, but you're not going to stay there. You're going to drift back down, and then you're going to drift back up. It's just like that. It is. I don't want you to feel like you are alone, and I don't want you to feel like that having people come to you and say, oh my gosh, you need to work on your mindset. You just need to work on your mindset. Have you ever wanted to slap anybody harder when you hear that? Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, thank you for telling me what I already know. We're going to be good. It's good. But sometimes when you hear you need to work on your mindset, when all you feel is, and pardon my French, fuck this shit. I've written that on a piece of paper before. I think I burned it. Which is what I usually do to lists and stuff when I'm releasing them. I burn them. But the thing is, I think letting it go it's hard for me, because a lot of times I want to hold on to these issues, this sadness, this frustration, and I want to polish it up and I want to make sure that I'm like handling it perfectly. No, that's why I burn it. That's why I burn it, so that I consciously am releasing it. I'm doing something to release it and let it go. Now, the next day I may start a new list, and it may have some of the same things on it. But if I keep doing it, I'll let it go. I will. I know. I'm a control freak. What are you going to do? But, I mean, I'm a good Virgo with Capricorn rising. I excel at that. I know. That Gemini moon, though, does keep me fun. No one should have to just be positive all the time. It's just not going to happen. It's not. Not even these like gurus that are out there on like, and I love Mind Valley, I do, but not even the gurus that are on Mind Valley. There's no way those people can be positive all the damn time. They just can't. It's not happening. There's a reason why there are 22 emotions in this book. There's a reason. We just don't want to camp out in the lower vibrational energies, okay? I feel like I'm missing something. I'm trying to remember. I'm covering up my necklace, not the microphone. Compartmentalizing is a mastered skill of mine. Excellent. At least you know. Kelsey, I just adore you. I mean, really. I think this is important. I think this is a very important thing for all of us to see. And I have been guilty of trying to persuade people not to, I don't want to say not live in reality, but to just have the positive mindset. I've been guilty of it. I mean, 8-9 years ago, oh yeah, I was in it. I was definitely like committed and just like, this is good. This is the best way forward. This is just great. Everybody's going to be happy. Everybody's going to be positive. Everybody's going to be empowered, blah, 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 blah. That's just not the way it is all the time. It's not. So, sometimes you just need to say, fuck this shit. Boy, that is super spiritual of me, isn't it? But I'm telling you, I love this book. I do. I mean, clearly, I love it. It's time for me to buy a new copy, but I just can't. I've got all the pages marked. I just can't do it. But the thing is, sometimes you just have to feel the feelings that you're in. You just don't want to stay there forever. And for me, it took about 5 months. It took about 5 months of doing a lot of inner work, a lot of just a lot of self-realization, a lot of just sitting down with myself and having that dialogue with myself to say, you're okay. You're not going to be here forever. You're okay. It's challenging and it takes some time, but it took me 5 months to recover from 2 years, almost to the day, 2 years of just toxically going, I'm fine, everything's good, I'm great, it's special. It wasn't. It wasn't. And it's all right. It's all right. Did it derail me completely? Okay, I lost some subscribers, but that's fine. That's fine. And then, oh my gosh, when YouTube does its yearly like haul through like all the channels, the bots that have subscribed to your channels that have like a whole bunch of, fake subscribers, YouTube will clean them out, and that will make you wet your pants when you're just like, oh my gosh, am I going to get demonetized because I like lost a bunch of subscribers? But yeah, but I lost subscribers during that time, and I don't blame them because I wasn't putting out any new stuff. But the thing is, I've gained some good ones after. Yeah. So it didn't derail myself completely. I didn't. Toxic positivity, that'll mess you up worse than anything. That'll mess you up worse than anger, depression. Feel your feelings, okay? There is space for that. The thing is, there's also space for you to heal from it. There's space for you to recover from it. I need to keep working on feeling feelings instead of shoving them away. Absolutely. And girl, with all that Pisces, I mean, Kelsey, everybody that ever listens to this channel is going to know that you're the most Pisces that ever was. But the thing is, you definitely do not need to be shoving feelings away. And North Node is still in Pisces, girl. You need to be feeling that stuff. So, how y'all feeling? How you doing? I know. I'm really hoping, I'm definitely hoping to maybe by 2026 either have a different streaming service or transition completely away from Facebook. I'm just telling you guys, I would really love it if you would join me on YouTube. You don't even have to subscribe to my channel. You don't have to be a subscriber, I don't think, to comment in a live. You just have to have a handle. You just have to, it's not exactly an account, so to speak, but it does help because then you can like save your favorite people or whatever. I mean, I follow, it's so weird. I follow so many Virgos. Charlotte Dobre, Caroline Winkler, Marin Altman. I mean, Marin Altman is a little off the cuff with her astrology, but I love her. I do love her. Oh my gosh, you guys, new moon in Libra tonight. When did it hit its peak? This morning. But we're still in it. New moon in Libra and sun moves into Scorpio tomorrow. And Neptune moves back into Pisces tomorrow. Oh my gosh. So then we'll have Neptune and Saturn in Pisces as of tomorrow. Yeah, new moon in Libra. Mercury threw down my other notebook. So my astrology notebook is over there. And I don't want to move. Mostly because I'm wearing like stretch pants and y'all don't need to see like me in that online. We don't need to show that. I mean, come on. That's scary. Great, Carol. That's awesome. That is awesome. Lady, I would really like to catch up with you. I think that this is a turning point. It is. This is a turning point for all of us. And I just want you to see, Becky, oh my gosh. Okay, if you guys are in the Georgia, like Atlanta area, Becky is doing it's the ghost train. Oh, Becky, will you put the contact information on there? Becky is doing readings at it's this really cool place. And I forgot the name of it. I'm so sorry, Becky. I'm so sorry. But she's doing readings there. She's phenomenal. She's an amazing Reiki teacher, Reiki practitioner. So please, if you're in Georgia, if you have an opportunity, it's a really cool little event. Pine Mountain Gold Museum. Thank you. For the people that are on YouTube, it's Pine Mountain Gold Museum. Becky will be doing readings there, and it's a nice little place. It's really fun. It really is. So I've taken my kids there. I took my mother-in-law there. Yeah. So this is awesome. I'm so glad you guys are here. Where is it at? Google Pine Mountain Gold Museum. It's not far. I think it's about 45 minutes away from Austell. There are 4 nights left to ride the ghost train. The ghost train is so awesome. It is west of here. It's west of Austell and Marietta. So Villarica. Thank you, Becky. I'm so good with geography. Did I mention that I study biology and not like technology or geography? Yeah. So that's it for tonight, you guys. I really, really want you guys to think about this. I want you to think about toxic positivity. It put me in a downward spiral for a good 2 years. And it's hard. It is really hard to elevate yourself up out of it when you get, I almost want to say, delusional with it. If you feel something, honor your feelings. Even if it's negative, even if it's anger, if it's frustration, if it's disappointment, if it's sadness, if it's grief, honor those feelings. Be present with those feelings, because as my client and her guide said, there is space for real human emotions without completely derailing your positive manifestations. And again, I don't feel like me acknowledging my depression and dealing with it and taking 5 months away from my channel, I don't feel like it derailed me. I feel like it brought me back in a different way, in a different, just in a different light. I'm still dealing with it. I'll be real honest with you. I'm still dealing with it from time to time, but it is getting better. And I have so many more good days than I do bad. But I just want you guys to see that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is. But sometimes that tunnel, it's a bit longer than you anticipate. And you This is a marathon. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. You do not have to fix everything all at once. Okay? Heal. Work on yourself. That's the only way that you're able to help other people. Okay? And don't buy the wrong eyelashes off of Amazon. It's just a little joke, I know. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I would like to talk about at some point, I'm hoping next week, but we'll see what Spirit has lined up. I would like to talk about the unhealed empath versus a true narcissist, because sometimes they can look like the same thing, but they're not. They're vastly different. They just look very similar, like a homonym. So we need to, I want to get into that, and I really want to get into that with my empaths. So there you have it. I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome week. Thank you for dealing with the intro stuff that I'm still having problems with, because Facebook, to be honest with you, is just really not, it's not cooperating as well. They've made some changes to the Facebook Live situation, and I'm still not up to speed. So I'm working on it. But I would like to try to ease everybody over to YouTube. And I know that Suzanne on Facebook has said she really preferred Facebook. And I'm here for you, Suzanne. I am. But I would like to try and move everybody over to YouTube unless I can get a different streaming service. So we'll see. We'll see. That may happen, and I may be able to stream to, the multiple platforms, but we'll see. Okay? Again, I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, it's great. It's great. Yeah, it's frustrating. So I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Big feelings are not enjoyable. Yeah, I know, Kelsey, I know. Big feelings are not always enjoyable. They're not. And sometimes that's when you have to, do those alone. Again, the Haagen-Dazs or the margaritas, whatever your choice is. For me, it really is like Entenmann's Donuts, but we're not going to talk about that because I'm not focused on sugar right now. Yeah, I'm dealing with it, okay? I'm doing real good, drinking my little protein drinks, and oh my gosh, you guys, this tastes like a milkshake from Chick-fil-A. This is 30 grams of protein, and I'm telling you, this tastes like a melted Chick-fil-A milkshake. And I love some Chick-fil-A milkshakes. So anyway, I'm just trying to be a little healthier, whatever. That's where we are. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Have an awesome week. Is it time for new videos to come out? No, new videos won't come out until after next week, I think. Until we do our next live. But until we see each other again, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Get out there and make your magic. Bye, y'all.